裏切り者だと私がお前と
Okay, so quite some time ago, I made a half-assed video on channeling Erik, a website that profiteers on the suicide of a young boy by a mother and some fake psychics. When I say profiteers, I mean they actually gain lots of money. They actually gain large amounts of money by doing this, by selling merchandise and having donations. And they not only pretend to talk to Erik about trivial things, but they ask him about current events as if he is some sort of messenger from God that the psychics can communicate to. It is a borderline cult, and it preys on people's fear and curiosity of the unknown and the afterlife. And I was given many comments. In fact, they were so vile, apparently YouTube has decided to remove them from the website without my permission. By the way, I'm being sarcastic. I didn't actually mind the comments, but you decided I couldn't handle seeing them for much longer. So when I get these comments, they get deleted after a little bit, or they're being deleted by the people themselves because they have a guilty conscience. But it's okay, you can leave them up. It doesn't bother me. And over the amount of time, I might have accumulated up to 30 hate comments, and that's not even including the positive ones. But because of this, most of them are gone. There's only around 10 left. Okay, with that being said, let's get into the part 2. It's been a while and that video was a fever dream, so I'm gonna be considering this going into it new for a second time. So I thought I might as well visit where this all began, the Channeling Erik website. As you can see, a bunch of heartfelt, touching pictures of this young lad, Erik. There's a little bit of a sad introduction. I'm gonna jump ahead to when we find the podcast. Wait, what is this? 1 second. Happy New Year and wishing you a happy, healthy, and love-filled 2021 from all of us here at Channeling Erik. Another year's upon us to grow together, share wisdom, laugh, cry. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. What is this? Years another to cry in between. We are all truly blessed to have this community to lean on, and we all have made many lifelong friends through Elsa and Erik. Oh god. Thank you to each and every one of you who supports us and grows with us. Yes, this is totally not disrespectful, and she totally hasn't turned this into a job. Elsa and Erik and the Divine team have brought us a year full of amazing healing experiences with Atlantis Scalar, and Erik said this year will bring even more. This is just so disrespectful to, I don't know if the mom is just like in on it or she's just kind of dumb and the psychic is taking her for a spin, but we all know that if Erik was a ghost, why would he talk to some lady in some goofball hat? So this is just complete anarchy of the mind, and it's vacuous of any intellectual thought. Okay, let's move on. And Erik says that this year is the year of united being. Oh really? He told me today that although we as a collective are still experiencing changes that began in 2021, we can expect to see more of us come together in 2022. Look out for the prediction video for 2022 video coming soon. You know what you have to love about these is that it's always vague. He's never gonna say, or I shouldn't say he, Erik has said nothing. She is never going to say something along the lines of, oh, this celebrity's gonna die, and this event's gonna happen, and this will be invented. They never say that. And there's a reason for that. It's because it's fake, if you didn't already know that. Because if they truly are speaking to Erik, there is no reason they can't just ask him for something concrete. but they can't because why would he even talk to them? I'd be pissed at them. Okay. Now, ringing in the new year at my house was fairly uneventful. I made the joke to my family. I've not got a clue as to which PJs I shall wear into the living room. Needless to say, it was a quiet New Year's in the Gray's household. I took a little time away this year holiday to regroup and ready to begin a full year stream. Oh god, ahead. Erik must have been really taking me seriously because he just played a little prank on me today for the first day of 2022. This afternoon, my email was flooded with questions for Erik for this January live event. Oh god, I feel so sorry for these people. For tomorrow, on January 2nd, only there's no live event. I didn't send out the email, yet my website magically sent out invites to every person that asked Erik a question through me in 2021. That means if someone asked 5 questions, they received 5 invites. Erik certainly interjected himself into New Year's Day. Oh, this is so weird. I'm sorry, I have a lack of better words for this. It's just quite queer in the more traditional sense, more of the 1930s sense of the word queer. Okay. If you are not that at a good one of these emails, know we are part of Erik's prank today. Oh, this is so sad. Okay. Good one, Erik. You made me laugh. I'm not laughing. I am definitely not laughing. Literally out loud. She's doing it wrong. At 1 on today, we are all looking forward to connecting with you this year. And please know, no matter where you are or what you are going through, you are not alone. We love and cherish our Channeling Erik family. Michelle. That was a lot to take in. And I also want to say as a disclaimer, please do not harass these people. These videos are meant for people to grow wise to it, raise awareness to people who have never heard of this, and if they, WOM or any of the affiliate members of the Channeling Erik community happen to see this, that they will peacefully and gently stop what they're doing in their tracks. So with that being said, I find it very interesting, this approach to it. And I'm curious if the mother's just pretending to think that Erik is pranking her. She's like, oh, I can use this as a story to gain a slight amount of popularity out of my community for a second. Or does she truly believe that her dead son is pulling a prank on her? And I don't know which one is like more sad, because you are left with a split choice between believing that your son is sort of haunting you as like a being spirit presence, or the other option that she knows that he's gone, but he is in fact not even there, but she still acts in accordance to really sad coping mechanism, which is basically not even a coping mechanism at this point, but just her pretending to an audience of people that it's a prank, when in reality she just knows it's just a internet mistake. And she's like, oh, I can market this on people's gullibility, which to me is borderline evil. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a rational person with basic sensibilities. Okay, it looks like I found a podcast for us to watch of decent quality, and I just want to start this off with a disclaimer to please not harass or attack either of these women. That's my job. Just kidding. But in all seriousness, yes, I'm showing their faces, but that's only because they've already promoted their faces on online platforms beforehand. But if you see these people in public or online, please do not bother and harass them. We are trying to boycott them and raise awareness, and that's about as far as we're trying to go. Thank you.
Hello,
I don't know how to feel about the camera twitching.
Hey, I'm doing great, thank you. How are you? This says it all.
What does it say?
I'm blessed.
Oh, yes, we are. And sometimes, y'all, we need to take
I don't feel blessed right
some
now.
time to look at not what we don't have in our lives that's good, or what is in our lives that's bad, We need to look at everything that's wonderful. And I did that yesterday. I've been sitting outside in my backyard and I said, God, let me count why I'm so blessed. All the things.
I usually just count the butterflies. There's usually
Okay,
4 at a
we
time.
are along the same. This is a great segue. Along the same, line of being happy and such. Let's talk to Betty White.
No!
It's funny because Eric says to me, we're having this little dialogue before we come
Oh,
on. And
hi, Eric. I love you. Oh gosh.
he's doing this. He's giving you the peace sign.
Oh
We're like hippies
Oh,
today,
no.
he and I. He says that she is probably one of his most favorite persons to bring through and to connect us with, because he
That's awfully
feels
vague.
that her message is one that the world sorely needs. So we're
Sorry to interrupt, but I just had to take a pause there. I am not speaking because I am at a complete off for words right now. I usually would have something clever to say, but right now I just am kind of out of it. Okay, here's something clever to say. I want to hack off my ears with a cleaver after listening to this. It's kind of more sad than anything that this... I don't know if the mom is in on it or she is being taken advantage of this psychic lady. I don't know which is a worse situation.
excited.
You know, when I heard, Betty, that and thank you for coming forward, and thank you, Eric, for bringing her forward, but when I heard that you had passed on, I was really sad. I was like only talking to my daughter, Annika. It's like, God.
Okay, they're in separate rooms, so is Betty White supposed to be in 2 places at the moment right now, along with Eric?
I can't believe Betty White is still alive. I hope she lasts for a much longer time. And then you up and
Yeah, I also miss Betty White.
died
And Eric.
17 days before your 100th birthday, girl. What's going on with that?
Well, first of all, she says thank you. She's very gracious, but I want to tell you how she's appearing.
Okay.
She's got a princess gown on, like you might see in Disney, right? And she whirls around in the room. And underneath the princess gown are army boots, okay?
What?
Oh my gosh.
She's
This
got this
is-
wand.
No.
It's a gold wand, and it has a gold star on the top, and she's doing this as she's twirling around.
Oh,
They're
I know how dark it is for you right now. Curled up, lying in your own emotional vomit.
defamating the image of Betty White's memory by having her be a cross-dressed Kirby Disney character in the afterlife.
oh.
She just has such a beautiful feel to me, and she's laughing, and she says, thank you for having me. She's very gracious.
Oh, that's so sweet. So, Betty, these are from the community, these questions. Where does your uplifting personality come from?
I'm mesmerized by the dimples. I just am mesmerized.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
And she,
Okay, so from what I can analyze is that the psychic lady is supposed to be like not even seeing her room right now, but witnessing heaven, or the spirits are supposed to be in her room, but she can see them. I'm not exactly sure. They don't get into that because I'm pretty sure the people here are already in the lingo. But it just seems awfully strange. And I don't mean like watching people do mass at church strange. This is like watching somebody do a drum circle with no drums and no other people around them in the woods with a bunch of animal carcasses around them strange. So yeah, let's get back to it.
she says, I honestly will tell you that I came in with it. It was not something that I had to work at. It wasn't something that, well, I had this kind of life and this created it. She says, I chose to come in with it.
And why is that? Was it related to any sort of spiritual mission you had this lifetime?
I knew that I was here to be the change.
Okay, so based on this, she responds pretty quickly after she poses the question. So that poses the question, is there like kind of like over talk? Like, is she talking over Betty White as she says this? when she relays the message, because that's the only way this hypothetical mystical scenario even begins to make a fraction of realistic sense. Analyzing it from their own perspective, that just does not compute. Yeah, get your calculators out, because this shit isn't adding up.
Didn't know the change of what? Now I do, she says, but I didn't know the change, exactly what that meant. But I knew the minute that I came in that I was different, and I could feel and remember my difference.
Wow. So now elaborate on the change.
Wow, that was
now
big.
That you do know.
I was blessed enough and fortunate enough to live in a time when what we experienced towards the later half of my life didn't exist, or if it did exist, it was very covert, very underneath, and almost very benign, she says. You didn't see what you saw in this lifetime as far as the greed and the manipulation and the prejudices.
Funny she should mention that. Greed and manipulation. Especially the manipulation part. Ha 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 hee hee oh ha hee hee ah oh hee hee ah.
I thought my jokes were bad.
So I maybe I should do like a poll if I had anyone who watched myself. But I wish I could do a poll to see what people think. Is the psychic taking the mother for a spin, or are they both in on it? It could be either way. I'm going like 60-40 right now, but it could always change to a 50-50 or 70-30 or 20-20. Just kidding.
She said, now they were always underlying,
Of course.
but I now know that as it progressed, I was able to be part of the transformation because I carried with me that, you might know it as energy or principles of love and a simpler time.
Oh yeah. So why didn't you just stick it out to 100? Is it just because it's a number?
Don't ask questions!
It never occurred to me that I would, and she's doing the shuffle, exit, that I would exit and it,
Exiting from where? Like, what exactly is she looking at? She hasn't described a room. Is it like some sort of ethereal palace? Is it just like some living room? Is she in the living room? If so, why is she having her eyes dart? If I was in her shoes, I would look directly at Betty White. So basically what I get from this is that the psychic lady is supposedly communicating with Erik, and Erik is just grabbing guests to talk to. What makes... So I have a question. If I get my own psychic, or I try to talk to Betty White, will I then therefore have her, like is there multiple Betty Whites, or how does that work out? Yeah. But I digress. We need to focus on the topic of what room is she shuffling out of, or what is she shuffling away from? There's nothing there.
it would be such a hubbub, she says. I just was ready. I knew it was time. And I didn't go, wow, 17 days and then I could do. In my mind, in my life, I had done and accomplished everything I wanted to. And I thought, and she's got this little grin with her dimples, and it's kind of mischievous looking.
It is, yes, I know that grin.
I know,
That Betty
I know.
White grin. Yeah.
She says, let me just be honest with you. I'm keeping them talking. She says, at the 11th hour, I shuffle on out of here, and everybody is wanting to know why. And she says, there just isn't a why.
Goodbye, fellas.
There isn't a why. Well,
Wow, she is a really, really good liar. You know, I'm gonna have to take a 5. You know, right now I feel like I'm harassing delusional Midwestern housewives right now. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to continue this at a later point in time. Please think of it as a tactical retreat.